One of the striking facts about our system is if you say, where does the authority that a policeman can do all these things come from? The answer is that there's practically no law and no guidance. There will be normally a statute saying that a policeman shall arrest anybody who commits a crime in his presence or where he has probable cause to believe a crime has been committed. There's absolutely no law in most states on the mediating role, the family disturbances. Very little law except as the courts have imposed limitations on search, interrogation. And so not only do the police have this very broad, uncontrolled, invisible discretion, but they have it in a system where the Constitution writers, the people who pass the laws, the state legislatures, have pretty much thrown up their hands and said the police ought to just kind of work these problems out themselves. I mean, it's a kind of a lawless situation. Not only lawless in the sense that often the police are acting in violation of people's constitutional rights, though I don't suggest that that is either their goal or the norm, but lawless in some ways in a much worse sense, and that is that the people who have responsibility for making the laws have simply stayed out of it.
That it never happens that the policeman, is wrong. And that gets to that whole question of, who are police accountable for? Who guards the guards? Who controls them?
Prosecutors are very reluctant to institute proceedings against policemen because they have to work with them closely so much. Juries don't like to bring verdicts in against policemen. And as a result, we have, in this country, in the last few years, we've ended up with a tremendous emphasis on the exclusionary rule as a means of trying to discourage the police.
Yeah, one of the problems with that is that it only refers to actions that the police take that will eventually end up in a court of law. And most police-citizen encounters, most instances of police misbehavior or illegality, I think, do not ever end up in a court of law. And that's really the problem. How can you control those instances of police behavior where, law enforcement is not directly involved or where the person isn't charged?
You would self-tourist something? I don't know. All right? You were. She's back here locked up. She driving this board? What time is this?
I don't know.
Was it after 1 o'clock?
I don't know. I don't know if it was.
You know there was a hit and run with your car, with his car?
I heard.
You know that there was witnesses who got the license number, and they know the people who were in the car. They named the people in the car, and they told us exactly how they were sitting in the car.
I was taking a shower, and he came up here, I was speeding, and then I looked out, and he skidded, and I saw something. I saw Ricky flying in here. He landed over in one. And his sister went over there and picked him up.
There was another car with him, too. Kidding. It was little. I don't know what kind of car it was, but it was little, and it had a...
Salvatore, what's he like? Short?
He's fat, I guess, and he got curly hair, black hair.
Thin.
Pumpkin is about this tall. Yeah.
Is he thin kid or a heavy set?
He's really thin. He's sort of, he's in between.